Good morning, y'all. It is windy hardneck, and I did not move real fast this morning. I got a real slow start. These things just don't look good this year. The echinacea just, I'm gonna have to figure out a different way because it's just not working. Let me show you something my husband showed me. He said that this bird builds a nest every year, and look at the little babies. Isn't that cute? Oh, no snakes or anything can get in there, and the mama goes in right there and right there. I guess a snake could possibly get in there. Let's just hope they don't. But the garden's still a mess. You know, we've been trying to find the supplies to build more raised beds and haven't, and it's already June. I'm actually getting close to the end of June, and it's like, what's the point? So I'm going to try and choke out some of the Bermuda and plant in that row right there, and possibly another one. I just need to go get more black tarps. But anyway, I went ahead and planted the peppers that I had left from everybody requesting them, and we'll just get an extra crop. I'll pickle and make pepper jellies and all kinds of stuff, and I'll dry some. My voice is a little hoarse this morning. There's some beans, and even that black-seeded Simpson lettuce that's supposed to do really well in the heat. I've grown that many years before, and it's worked really well in the full sun and the heat in Oklahoma. I don't know, this year's just a little wonky. And I planted beets in the first part where we got the soil in. And of course all that's kind of slow going. There's the farm. We originally wanted to do those two beds next. That way we could get the tractor in and then kind of work our way around the rest of it. But as always, you have to kind of compromise and improvise. I went ahead and planted behind those peppers, these are sweet peppers, a row of okra. So anyway, there's all this. There's that. This one's just coming out too far. I'm really not impressed with these soaker hoses. We've had a lot of them break, and I had them stored in that little tool barn. Those cowpeas are doing quite well. Those are for the roughwood. Pretty excited about those. That's the planter box I got at the auction. There's these. Yum. Now all those are cherry and plum tomatoes. There's peppers, tomatillas, purple whole peas, which I've got a very late start this season. They don't like the cold, and we kept having cool weather, so I kind of waited. Another thing I also waited on was the okra. I did happen to plant a round, and then it didn't do so good, and then I planted another round, and then that first round started coming up a little bit. But the wind has knocked a little bit of it down. And then back here, I don't think I got enough seedlings. Some of them just didn't do very good, which is so weird. Normally you got the whole row like that, and they do quite well. Everything's just really late this year. It is just very weird. The weather has a lot to do with that. Because all these were started early in the greenhouse, and these were planted very early. Looky there. Now I'm going to tell you something about me. I love my melons. Watermelons, cantaloupe, honeydew, all that. But look what's coming in here. So guess what, guys? For the third time, I'm going to have to come in and redo the bed. Yep. So in the fall, we'll take all these apart, and then we will build them kind of like the other ones and put the wood on top, and then I'll just put the black plastic down in the bottom and sift the soil real good, get all the Bermuda out of it, put a lot of veggie scraps back into it, and redo them again. I just am not going to have, I just don't want to fight the Bermuda, and we just didn't have enough resources when we built these again. And the Bermuda just creeps in. That's how invasive this stuff is. I'm really sad. And then plus, it's hard to weed and mow around it. But these are all just different melons and honeydews. Now, that's Kajari back there. And I'll be honest, several years now, in the past, I should say, I grew Kajari melons, and they just flourished. And I had a whole entire row of them. And everybody in the co-op really enjoyed them. Look at these guys back here. They're doing quite well. And those bags are the ones that I bagged before their blooms opened up, so I could save seeds. My marigolds didn't do real well this year. Okay, and here is the other bird's nest. We went ahead and put it up here because it was just right there. And yesterday the cat went nuts trying to get to it because the little birds were squeaking. Oop, let me move this so I can get up there and show y'all. Well, if I can do this. I'm trying here. The ground's pretty soft over there. Looky there. Say hi to YouTube birds. So we hung it like this to kind of keep any predators or anything from getting to them, because if it would have stayed on that shelf, they would have gotten well, they would have become dinner. I just didn't want that. These are starting to perk up. That may be Mama right there. She's pretty protective. She normally hangs out right back here on this fence row. That soil right there, it just didn't do very good. I don't know what the deal is. So it's all about the soil, I'm telling you. A few of these buckets, though, we did have soil that my husband put in there just from the farm. And I thought I put enough nutrients in it, but evidently I didn't. We just do the coffee grounds, rabbit manure, and normally wood chips on the top. But that was a few years ago, and it's nice and broke down, but still. And it's real heavy. So for those buckets, because I broke a few, I would recommend the soft soil. There's the butterfly garden. I love the seashell